insecurities about your singing voice. You even stated that you knew you weren't the vocal favorite of Destiny's Child. Is that something that, what made you second guess?
You know what? It's not that I was second guessing. I'm just aware. You know, some people are like, oh my gosh, it's stuck. They said it stuck with her. No, it didn't stick with me. You know, just sometimes you're aware that you're not everybody's favorite. And that's okay. I still got paid.
Okay. Let them know.
Yeah, I can challenge Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Psych. That boy's got too much skills for me, buddy. No?
You know, we
can rap.
We can flow so well, you know. We're finna put out Destiny's Child album, Rapology, you know.
Yeah, I can challenge Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Psych. That boy's got too much skills for me, buddy.
Kelly Rowland has long been rumored to be one of Jay-Z's Becky's with the good hair. A leaked video allegedly shows Jay-Z with Kelly, sparking more controversy. Fans have also noticed that Kelly's son, Titan, strongly resembles Jay-Z, even more than his supposed biological father. This has fueled speculation that something deeper may be going on behind the scenes. While nothing has been confirmed, the whispers continue to grow, leaving people suspicious about what really happened between Kelly and Jay-Z.
Your father, I really do. And if it's not, why you can't prove me wrong? Like it's not far as a proving me wrong thing. It's go to the courtroom and basically do what everybody else would have to do. Like it's not, you don't have to prove me wrong. I just want the truth. Honestly, I can take a no. I can take, if I'm embarrassed at the end of the day, I can take that. I really can. I've been through a lot. I've seen a lot. I could take me being embarrassed. Like this can't take nobody not saying nothing. Like, you know, it's not fair. I was 7. My mom had to sit down with me. I guess she thought I was old enough to know now. And she been saying, Sean Carter, that's what she was calling him at first before she was calling it Jay-Z. And I really didn't know who that was because I was young. And, you know, had my little brother and I really wasn't worrying about it. She was saying it a lot, but I really just was going along with the person I was just seeing, like the person I looked at who was taking care of me at that time. I really wasn't really trying to understand what my mom was talking about, but she constantly put it in my head like, son, that's...
Some of Kelly Rowland's old lyrics about feeling jealous of Beyonce have resurfaced, and fans are now looking at them in a whole new way. People are saying, isn't that wild? Grab a seat, because this story is about to unravel. At first, the idea of Kelly and Jay-Z being more than friends seemed like just another internet rumor. The talk began with how much Kelly's son resembles Jay-Z, but things got deeper when old allegations about Jay started resurfacing. Years ago, Rymir Satterthwaite made headlines after claiming Jay-Z used his influence to dodge a court-ordered paternity test. Rymir said he was only 8 years old when he learned Jay-Z might be his father. Once he turned 18, he pursued the rapper, hoping for answers or at least a DNA test, but Jay never responded. Instead, according to Rymir, Jay allegedly used his wealth and power to block legal efforts that would have forced him to take the test. Now, with the new gossip about Kelly, people are connecting the dots. They wonder if Jay-Z has a hidden history of avoiding the truth whenever fatherhood questions arise. The mystery only adds fuel to the rumors linking him to Kelly Rowland.
The typical stage mother who's there all of the time, interfering, meddling.
I hear the comment all the time, Guy, you are nothing like I heard you were. You are really a nice person.
Reports claim that Jay-Z and Rymir's mother, Wanda, first crossed paths back in 1992. At that time, Jay-Z was still known as Rock, a young rapper trying to make a name for himself, while Wanda went by nicknames like Caramel and Precious. Their introduction happened in Philadelphia through a mutual friend, Kishia Allen, who arranged for them to meet at a restaurant. What started as a casual introduction would later become a story wrapped in controversy. According to accounts, Wanda was only 16 years old, while Jay-Z was 22 at the time. That age gap would come to haunt him years later, as people began questioning not only his actions but also whether he had deliberately buried the truth to protect his career. Court records filed in New Jersey in 2015 show Wanda alleged that she and Jay had a brief relationship. She claimed their encounters even took place at her aunt's Brooklyn apartment. According to Wanda, the two used protection during one of their hookups, but it failed, and she later discovered she was pregnant. From her point of view, Jay-Z was the father of her child. She didn't see him again after that first summer until about a year later when he began to appear on television, rising to fame. By then, Wanda attempted to reach out, but Jay never responded. He allegedly ignored her calls and refused to take responsibility for the baby she carried. For years, Wanda pursued legal action, trying to force Jay-Z into taking a paternity test. That could settle the matter once and for all, but her efforts went nowhere. Each time she tried, she was met with delays, complications, or outright rejection. The fight wore her down, and sadly, Wanda passed away in 2019 at only 43 years old due to heart failure. With her gone, custody of Rymir fell into the hands of his godmother, Lily, who had already been supporting him during Wanda's health struggles. But Lily wasn't about to let the case disappear. She promised Wanda that she would keep fighting for answers and push Jay-Z to acknowledge our Rymir Dottie first. Lily thought she was finally getting somewhere. She claimed that Jay-Z's team briefly showed interest in resolving things privately. His in-house lawyer even reached out to her, giving her hope that maybe Jay-Z was finally ready to do the right thing. According to Lily, the lawyer sounded supportive, even discussing Rymir's musical talent and whether he might someday join Jay-Z's record label. For a moment, it seemed like progress, but everything shifted quickly. Lily recalled that different lawyers suddenly entered the picture, and the tone became cold and dismissive. It was as though Jay-Z's camp realized the risks, especially the possibility of Wanda being underage when she got pregnant, and decided it was safer to shut the whole thing down. This left many wondering, if Jay-Z had nothing to hide, why wouldn't he just take the test and clear his name? Wanda wasn't suing for money or trying to ruin him. According to Lily, all she wanted was for her son to know his father. That was it. But the silence from Jay-Z's side has only fueled suspicions. People believe that he was scared of what might come out, and that the story would shatter his carefully crafted image. The situation gets even more complicated when whispers about Jay-Z's possible other children surface. Some fans argue it's impossible to ignore the striking resemblance between Jay-Z and Titan, the first son of Kelly Rowland. Kelly married her longtime manager, Tim Weatherspoon, in 2014, the same year Titan was born. But fans couldn't help noticing that Titan shared many of Jay-Z's features. This speculation got even louder when people connected it to the infamous 2014 elevator fight, when Solange Knowles attacked Jay-Z in front of Beyonce. At the time, no one knew why Solange was so furious, but some believe she had just learned Jay was cheating with Kelly, Beyonce's childhood best friend. If that theory is true, then the betrayal cuts far deeper. It's one thing to cheat on your wife, but to betray her with her closest friend is a whole different level of disrespect. Beyonce's silence during the elevator incident, simply standing by as Solange lashed out, only added to the mystery. Later, Beyonce poured her emotions into her groundbreaking album Lemonade, where she addressed Jay's betrayal in raw, powerful lyrics. The now famous line about Becky with the good hair sent fans into a frenzy. For years, they debated who Becky was: Rita Ora, Rachel Roy, or someone else. The possibility that it was Kelly Rowland shocked everyone. According to rumors, Solange had discovered that Kelly might be pregnant and that Jay-Z could be the father. This allegedly tore apart Kelly and Beyonce's friendship. Some insiders claim Beyonce and Kelly kept up appearances in public to avoid scandal, but privately their bond was shattered. After all, how could Beyonce forgive such a betrayal? Having a child with her husband would have been the ultimate humiliation. This wouldn't be the first time Jay-Z has been accused of keeping mistresses. Whispers about him keeping women in different cities have followed him for years. One of the most infamous stories came when Solange reportedly caught Jay-Z trying to give his number to model and rapper Liv. Liv later told her side of the story, admitting she backed off quickly because Solange confronted her with such intensity that she feared a fight. Liv even released a diss track called Sorry, Mrs. Carter, where she rapped about her connection to Jay-Z. Her lyrics suggested not only attraction but also a lingering bond, making it clear that she wasn't the only woman he entertained outside of his marriage. And that's not all. Longtime rumors suggest Jay-Z was romantically linked with rapper Foxy Brown in the past. Some claim he still supports her financially and keeps her close. When Foxy angrily lashed out at people accusing her of having ties to Jay-Z, many believed her anger only proved the rumors were true. It's as if every time a new woman is linked to him, the story gets brushed under the rug, only for another one to pop up later. Returning to Kelly Rowland, some believe her alleged connection with Jay-Z wasn't just about attraction, it may have also been fueled by jealousy. Back in the early days of Destiny's Child, Kelly often stood in Beyoncé's shadow. The group wasn't immediately successful, and it wasn't until Beyoncé's father, Matthew Knowles, took over as manager that their careers skyrocketed. Under his guidance, the group polished their sound, their look, and their image. Beyoncé's mother, Tina, even designed their costumes herself, ensuring the girls stood out visually. While this helped Destiny's Child succeed, it also placed Beyoncé at the center, often leaving Kelly feeling like a background player. Some fans think Kelly's resentment grew over time. They speculate she might have gotten involved with Jay-Z as a way of striking back, even if unconsciously, at Beyoncé. Whether out of hurt, revenge, or genuine attraction, the possibility of such an affair adds another painful twist to the story. Because if true, it wasn't just a betrayal of Beyoncé by her husband, it was a betrayal by one of the people she trusted most. When you add it all up, the decades-old paternity claims, the resemblance between Jay-Z and Kelly's son, the elevator fight, Beyoncé's lyrics, and the endless parade of women rumored to be linked with Jay, it paints a picture of a man surrounded by secrets. Some of them may never be proven, but the whispers have only grown louder over time. And, with each passing year, the question remains the same. How much of Jay-Z's carefully guarded empire is built on hiding the truth?
Securities about your singing voice. You even stated that you knew you weren't the vocal favorite of Destiny's Child. Is that something that, what made you second guess?
You know what? It's not that I was second guessing. I'm just aware. You know, some people are like, oh my gosh, it's stuck. They said it stuck with her. No, it didn't stick with me. You know, just sometimes you're aware that you're not everybody's favorite. And that's okay. I still got paid.
Okay.
Kelly reportedly struggled with how much control Beyoncé's parents had over Destiny's Child. Rumors claimed Matthew Knowles treated her unfairly because of her darker skin, often dismissing her ideas and crediting them to Beyoncé. He allegedly forced Kelly to wear less flattering outfits and constantly pushed her aside to spotlight his daughter. While Beyoncé may not have been able to fully control her father's actions, she also never defended Kelly. Instead, she supposedly benefited from his favoritism, making it clear who the star of the group was. They eventually grew resentful of each other, and Kelly began to realize that remaining in Destiny's Child might limit her full potential. After the group's breakup, each member decided to pursue solo careers. At first, both Kelly and Beyoncé were expected to shine as leading R&B stars of their generation. However, rumors claim Matthew Knowles once again interfered, allegedly blackballing Kelly's opportunities. It's said that he redirected contracts meant for Kelly toward Beyoncé, ensuring his daughter stayed at the top. By 2013, Kelly had clearly had enough. She poured her emotions into her album Talk a Good Game. One track in particular, Dirty Laundry, shocked fans with its raw honesty. Kelly opened up about being trapped in a toxic relationship, struggling with feelings of inadequacy in her career, and even admitting jealousy of Beyoncé's success. The song was hailed as her most vulnerable work, but Beyoncé's fans noticed the tension it revealed. To them, Kelly's lyrics sounded like confessions of regret, envy, and pain. Speculation only grew when people started wondering who the abusive man she sang about really was. None of Kelly's known exes fit the description, and one even publicly denied being the subject. This fueled talk that perhaps the man was a hidden figure, a secret lover she couldn't name for fear of backlash. Given Beyoncé and Jay-Z's high-profile drama, some fans began connecting dots, whispering that Kelly might have been involved with Jay-Z. Rumors claimed footage even existed of Kelly and Jay together, fueling Beyoncé's suspicions and creating a storm of speculation. If such evidence were ever released, it would not just be another celebrity scandal, it could shake the entire industry. The thought that Beyoncé's closest friend might have betrayed her with her husband is almost unthinkable. Still, whispers continue to circulate, and fans remain divided. Was Jay-Z really Kelly's secret lover? Did jealousy permanently fracture Kelly and Beyoncé's friendship? The truth remains hidden, but one thing is clear: the tension between them has never fully faded.